What is up, my martial arts friends? Welcome to the video. Thank you for clicking on the link. I appreciate it. As always, you guys know I love it that you watch these videos. I think it's so cool. Anyway, this is the second video in a series of 4 where I'm going through a form that I made this fine Sunday before Christmas that is designed to help you deal with multiple opponents, just kind of practice it, multiple opponents techniques, while at the same time downgrading your weapon category as you take out opponents, because that's kind of what Kali is for. That's why we've got these different weapon categories, because you go onto the battlefield with a lot of different options, and as you lose weapons, you got to draw weapons and know how to deal with it, know how to move with them, right? So that's what this form really does, is it's a multiple opponents form that is designed to help you with changing weapon categories as you are moving from opponent to opponent, all right? So this video, like I said, this is the second video. This video is the Espada y Daga portion of the form, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so let's start off with the weapons. What are we doing with the weapons here, okay? So we're gonna start off with the Espada in the number 10 guard position. So the right hand is in front of my hip. The upper third is covering 0 degrees. My Daga is gonna be kind of like, basically in its number 1 position, but turn the tip forward, and you want it to be pointing where their right shoulder would be. You're covering that line with the dog. You're pointing it there, all right? So we're in bladed position here, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Espada and do a cambio like that. So the weapons would be, when I end this last form, the Dos Espada form, and I come up and I end at 0 degrees, boom, like that, I am coming up to my opponent, tip to tip, right, like that. I'm gonna come underneath the weapon, his weapon, and bring mine on top to subjugate it, right? So I'm coming underneath his Espada and then doing a palm down thrust. Then I'm going to transfer the Daga, transfer their Espada to my Daga, and then I'm gonna do a horizontal. This is a quick horizontal, right? So I'm lifting the upper third of my weapon around the tip of theirs, controlling their Espada with my Daga, bringing it over to this side, opening up the way for me to do a quick horizontal with my Espada. Notice how I have to move my Daga down. This will make more sense when I show you the calibration, all right? We're not gonna go all the way to chamber. We're gonna quickly do a wrist manipulation to the number 2 diagonal line, and we're gonna come down on with the number 2, and then bring this Daga out to do a palm down thrust. Boom, like that. Then we would be throwing the Daga away and going to a solo Espada. We'll get there. So, starting from the top. Sorry about the lights here. There we go. They're motion activated. Okay, so starting from the top. Espada in 10. Daga in kind of like a modified 1, covering that their right pocket. We're gonna do a cambio. Bring in my tip down on top of theirs, and then a palm down thrust with the Espada. Daga comes up, transfer their Espada to your Daga as you bring the upper third of your Espada around theirs. Clear the way for your horizontal by bringing the Daga over. As you strike the horizontal, bring the Daga down to its number 2 position. Do a quick wrist manipulation. Do not go all the way to chamber as you slash your 2, your diagonal angle 2, and then you're going to do a palm down thrust with the Daga. Then we would throw the Daga away and go down to solo Espada. One more time, actually I do it 2 more times and face it this way and then that way for you. So we're going to do a cambio, bringing this on top of their blade and doing a palm down thrust. Transfer their espada to your daga, moving theirs away as you bring the upper third of your weapon around their espada to do your horizontal. Bring your daga down to the 2 position, making room for your espada to come on that horizontal line. Skip chamber, come down on a diagonal 2, and do a palm down thrust. Boom. Throw the daga. Let me face this way, and we'll call it good. Cambio, palm down thrust. Transfer, horizontal, skip chamber, diagonal 2. Palm down thrust with the daga, throw the daga away. Now, let's see what we're doing with the feet. All right, so my chalk is starting to wash away. It's a beautiful liquid sunshine day here in Long Beach, Washington. That's what we like to say when it's nice and rainy out. Okay, so we are going to be using, if you can see this, I've got my left 45 here, right 45 there, circle going around. You know, I've got my diamond and all that. This line right here, that is the 15-degree line. So I am coming up, lining up with 0, establishing range, establishing 0, coming up to my establishing range before I engage with my opponent, right? So that I can have all this geometry mapped out. Then I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to step it up onto the circle on the 15-degree line. Don't go all the way here because you'll go into middle range. You want to step maximum up to the circle here. Right foot is going to come up the 15-degree line. Then I'm going to bring my feet together. Because we're assuming we are fighting educated opponents, they will have gone up universal evasion, which is this way. We are going to now quarter to the outside, so we use the 15-degree line to the outside this time. Excuse me, we're going to use the 90-degree line here to quarter to the inside. Because this becomes 0, this line is now right 45. Boom, with my right foot. Bring the left foot up, step up forward triangle, and then we are going to step up 0 degrees with our right foot. Your left foot comes up, and this is when we would throw our daga. Let me do that again. Establishing range, establishing 0. Step on the circle on 15-degree. Bridge. Feet come together. Re-quarter to the inside. Feet come together. Move up forward triangle. Feet come together, and then you step up 0 degrees, and then bring your left foot up. Let you guys look at me doing it. Okay, really quickly with you guys looking at me. We're going to step up onto the circle on a 15-degree line, bridge, feet come together, re-quarter to the inside, up forward triangle, right foot comes up 0, bring the feet together. This is where we'll ditch the daga. One more time. 15-degree bridge, re-quarter to the inside, forward triangle, 0 degrees, feet together. Let's calibrate it. Okay, let's put all this together. So when we step onto the 15-degree line is when I do my cambio. So I dominate their weapon as I dominate space. Okay, I'm taking my dominant angle and I'm putting my weapon on top. When I bring my feet together and move up, I am going to do, boom, a palm down thrust. When my left foot comes up to my right foot is when I'm going to transfer their espada to my daga. When I move in re-quarter to the inside, I'm moving my weapon to around my espada, around their tip, so I can cut on this horizontal. That horizontal will give me the reach that I need to be able to hit them. Stepping in with this diagonal, I'm shorting that chamber to break time. Then I'm slashing, and then when I step up 0, I'm going to do a palm down thrust with the daga. The espada should be in the number 3 position. Feet come together and I ditch the daga. This would take me into the solo espada portion of the form. The reason why we're ditching it here is because in my mind's eye, I have put this in somebody's face. This is battlefield type of stuff, right? This gets lodged in somebody's face, it gets stuck there, and before I can fight it out, there's another opponent coming, rushing at me that I gotta deal with, so I just ditch the daga and go to solo espada. Let's calibrate it again. From the top, when I step on 15, I do my cambio, subjugating their blade, dominating space. Bridge up the 15 degree as I do a palm down thrust. They will have moved up universal evasion, so I am going to transfer their weapon to my daga and move it to the outside as I step to the inside doing a horizontal slash. Feet come together as I do this wrist manipulation, and the daga comes down to the number 2 position. Step up forward triangle when I do this number 2 diagonal slash. When I step up 0 degrees, the new to 0 degrees, boom, espada is in 3, daga lands in their face, and then when I bring my feet up, I would just ditch the daga and move into the solo espada portion of the form. One more time and then I'll demonstrate it. Cambio as you step on 15. Palm down thrust as you bridge. Transfer when the feet come together. Bring the espada around their tip as you do a horizontal. And you're bringing their weapon out, making room for that horizontal. Bring the daga down to its number 2 position. Espada does a wrist manipulation and a number 2 diagonal slash as you move up forward triangle, and then bring the espada to 3, step up the new 0 degrees with your palm down thrust with your daga. Feet come together and ditch the daga. Let me demonstrate it a couple of times, then I'll let you guys go. Portion of the form. Join me in the next video when we go over the solo espada portion of this multiple opponent, multiple weapon category form that I put together here today. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. You guys are awesome. God bless. Deuces.